what I'm trying to say
This conference will
now.
now be recorded.
So you both are having a lots of experience. Thank you so much for that, because so that you can save my time. And apart from that, so have you, I mean, how much knowledge you have in AWS? So Dandapani mentioned that and he mentioned that he's aware of the outline of the structure, how it is working on it. So
Yeah.
by any chance, did you create your free tier account to do the practice?
Yes, I've created like 6 months back when I started. I mean, it's 1 year back almost.
That's
So I
okay.
just
Now
started
you have an
using.
active account. Now you have an
No,
active account.
no, because I just closed it after 2 to 3 months. I used it
Okay.
and I just
So
closed it.
anyway,
Yeah.
so what I can assume, you are aware of it, how to create an account,
Yeah.
right? So what is the
Yes.
conditions about it? How about you, sir? Other one, like Sriram?
Don't have any
Do
account in
you,
AWS. Yeah, I'm new to AWS.
I am rebooted, but my laptop is coming back to the same screen. How come? It is not rebooted, I guess. Okay, so Sriram, what you're saying? You have an idea or you don't have an idea?
No, I don't have any idea.
Okay, Dandapani, can you explain or I can do that?
Yes, please go ahead. Actually, 1 year back I just
Okay,
done, but can you
let me tell you.
I just
Let me tell you.
recollect if there is anything wrong, just correct it.
Okay, then go ahead.
Yeah. So in AWS home page, we have to go and we go for a free tier registration. So for that, we have to give our credit card or debit card number and with the CCV number, so that it will charge for 1 rupee. It's to ensure that your card and account is valid and active, and then they will return back the same amount which is deducted from our account. And with that we can continue our registration with the AWS account. And there is some services is free for us as a beginner and as a learners. There are many services is available for us to consume it, but in case if you want to extend the service or if you want to consuming more, then the billing cycle will get generate monthly once. In case some accidentally we use some services which is costly and we supposed it should not be used, then we can discuss with the AWS team, the like support team, saying that it's accidentally I used, it's not a purposely used, and I'm new to this, I don't know aware of this, then the amount can be claimed. So this how I know about AWS environment
Okay, okay.
for
Let me tell you.
account.
Yeah, I'll repeat. I'll add few more points. So, Sriram, I think when you're beginning your career, whatever you're going to learn, you have to install something in your laptop, correct? The technology which you are going to learn. So you have to
Yes.
install something, then only you're able to learn it to do the practice or something. But
Yes.
since the cloud is very new, what Amazon says, Amazon is having a lot of infrastructure. I mean, they have a very big infrastructure across the globe. So what they did, you no need to create or install anything in your laptop to learn AWS. They have given a kind of conditional free tier account for you. Okay, so you no need to install anything. You can directly access to Amazon account, and they have given a kind of a conditional fee for you.
Okay.
So you can access to Amazon infrastructure directly. Okay, let's suppose if you wanted to launch one virtual machine in your laptop.
Okay.
Okay.
Hello? Oh.
Yeah. Understand? You were saying something.
Yeah, repeat please.
Generally, if you want to practice anything, you are going to do something in your laptop, right? Here,
Yes,
instead of that, Amazon has launched a very big infrastructure across the globe. I mean, they are focusing on across the globe for most of the customers, right?
Okay.
So what they did, they are not focusing, they are not targeting a kind of telecom customers, like textile customers, not like that.
Okay.
right? So they are focusing across the globe, across all the industries. So when you are focusing these many customers, what you have to do? The background, you have to make sure your infrastructure also should be available. Got it?
Okay. Yeah.
As an application guy, if your application is reaching 1,000 users today, and tomorrow expecting 5,000 users, right? So obviously, you have to make sure you have a sufficient resources on your existing mission, right?
Yes.
To make sure it will run properly. Then only it will be able to manage the workload, right?
Yes.
So if you want to do that in a AWS case, they should have a big infrastructure. So like they have a very big, I mean, I can say very large data centers is required. Number of server count should be high. Okay, let's assume we'll talk about again. So it's required something in the background, there's some infrastructure. So they made it everything, right? So what Amazon is saying, you can go ahead and create a conditional fee like an AWS with a free tier account. So you are allowed to access through that account to AWS infrastructure so that you can learn. Clear now? You can learn and you can practice. Okay.
Understand.
Fine. So to do this, so do I need to pay anything? How Amazon is going to trust us, or how we can pay to Amazon? What they did, they have given a conditional free for us. So there is a URL called aws.amazon.com/free. If you open that URL, it will give all the details to you. Okay, it's like what is
Okay.
free and what level you will be charged. I'll show you the URL once my laptop is back. Okay, so let's suppose if you launch the server, on which case it is free, on which case it will be chargeable, everything they have mentioned. Okay, so when you cross that limit, it will be chargeable. What you have to do to create that account, you should have one Gmail ID. It might one email ID, that might be anything. Okay, basically we are going to give them a Gmail ID. So you should have an email ID. Then you have to create a profile. When you are trying to create a profile, your details should be accurate. Okay, accurate in the sense, let's suppose I'm basically from India, but let's assume I'm in a US. So I can create any using any address. Got it?
Yes.
When I'm trying to create an account, I can keep an India account or a US account. That doesn't matter. But if you keep in a Bangalore address, you should not keep in India, Andhra mobile number. Sorry, Andhra pin code. Okay, that is only the concept. So you understand, right?
Yeah, understand.
Let's suppose in Chennai, any area, okay, like Tamram, there is a pin code. Okay, now you put in a Velachery pin code and you're writing in a Tamram address, it won't take it. So that much accurate it is. Then after that, if you keep your I mean, you have to provide your account details, like your bank account details. Bank account details in the sense, it will accept only either your debit card or credit card.
Credit card.
Okay, and if you don't want to provide all these things, there is another option. There is a SBI virtual card.
Okay. SBI virtual card.
SBI virtual card will be there. Okay, so what you have to do, I mean, that's okay. So you just need to install. There is an app called SBI virtual card. I mean, there is a name. Maybe I not able to recollect it. It was an virtual card. So what it does, it will generate like 13-digit number, like pin, like your debit card. So your debit card will have 13 or 16 characters number, right? Right. So I think 16 letters. Similar way, it will create and it will give a password and everything to you. So you don't have a debit card physically, but virtually it shows like you have a card.
Okay.
Okay. So that is one option. And as Dandapani mentioned, like when you're going to create, you have to mention your debit or credit card details and including your mobile number and all other stuff. Okay. Once you did that, it will deduct from you. If you are from India, it will deduct from you, 2 rupees. If you are from US, you'll be charged for $1. Okay.
Okay.
So what it does, it will deduct from you, and as well as once at the end your account is completely created, okay, so then you'll get that money back in the same day, right? So they are going to do the transaction to verify your account details, other one, right? Whatever the details which you provided, whether it is accurate or not, they are going to check. Clear now?
Yeah,
But
clear.
why I'm using, it's a conditional offer option. When you cross that limit, it will be chargeable.
Okay.
Okay, let's suppose just an example. You can launch one server. If you run that server continuously for 750 hours, it's completely free for you, okay, in entire month. When you cross that time, I mean the number of hours, got it? Maybe
Yeah.
you have charged when you have run it for 770 hours. So what it does, you will be billed for 20 hours, right? So up to 750 hours only is free for you,
750 hours per month.
right? Yeah, I'll tell you. Okay, so there are some calculations will be, it will be a per month 750, but it doesn't mean you can launch any instance. Okay, there is a logic. You have to apply the condition, what I can say, yeah, there is an instance type. Got it? So the combination of your CPU and memory, we'll call it as an instance type here. So
Okay.
like one CPU and 1 GB memory, there is one name. There is a 2 CPUs and 2 GB memory, there is a different name, right? So like T2 micro, T2 small, T2 medium, like that, we have some things. Clear, sir?
Yeah, it's clear. Hello.
Yeah.
Voice is
I'm
breaking.
just
breaking.
I'm just trying to log in my laptop. Okay, so what I'm trying to say, yeah, so like CPU and memory, based on that there will be a discussion will be there based on your exam cost. Okay, so sorry, I think I'm doing multiple things. Let me put one thing ahead, getting confused. Okay, so based on your instance type which you selected, your cost will be affected. Got it? If you launch on a server like T2 micro or T2 small, T2 medium, based on your instance type, your charges will be different.
Okay.
Clear now? So you
Okay,
have to launch only T2 micro. For if you launch, maybe you can launch 10 instances or 20 instances or single instance. If it is a T2 micro, you have launched and you will be run for up to 750 hours in an entire month. It might be one instance or two instances, it will not be charged. But if you launch two instances, if you continuously run in every month, what will happen? Do you know the count? So it is reaching more than 720, I mean 750, correct?
Yeah, 750 hours.
Whenever it's cross 750, it will be chargeable.
Yeah, sorry for interrupt.
How much charges? How much?
Yeah.
How much? I'll show you. First, it will cost you. Just remember that.
Okay.
So sorry to
Okay.
interrupt.
How much? Sorry, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, I
T2
think you are
micro,
able to
I
see my
just
screen.
launched. Yeah, T2 micro, I just launched. It has one instance. It has run 500 hours, and I just
Right.
had one more instance, T2 micro, the second instance. It is also
Right.
ran 500 hours. So the cumulated is 1000 hours. So it will be charged,
Right.
or as a individual instance level, it is only.
No, it will be charged. It will be charged.
It will be charged for another 250 hours.
100 T2
250
micro,
will be
how
charged.
many instance you have launched, there is no condition. Altogether, when it is crossed the limit,
Okay.
then it will be charged.
Okay. Understood.
Okay.
If you launch one single instance, we have a 24 hours in a day. Like 10 days, it will be 240, right? So 30 days, it will be 720 hours. So you'll not be charged,
Okay.
Less than
Understood.
750.
right? But when you
Yeah.
run two servers parallelly, your count will be high. I mean, your number of hours count will be high. Then you'll be charged, right? So this is the URL, Sriram, aws.amazon.com/free. If you scroll down, you can see here what you'll get it as a free. Shows like 750 hours. It does
750 hours.
like Dandapani has raised the valid point. You should not be assumed I'll be launching on multiple instances, so I'll not be able to charge.
750 hours.
Okay.
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 So any confusion on it? Clear, right?
Clear.
Okay. So you can read about it. I'll tell you. Yeah, and you have to provide your debit or credit card details. All the stuff is done. Then after that, you have to provide somewhere your mobile number. Then there is an option like call me. You have to select that. Then you will receive in a call. Once you receive in a call, you'll get an 6-digit PIN code. I mean, it's a kind of OTP. Okay. So just see that. Then enter that in your screen. Then your account will be created.
Okay.
So once your account is created, then the day's account will start. Okay. So what you're going to do, it will be counted from that moment. Some cases, your account may be not active immediately. It will take some time to approve it from their end. So once you have done that, you'll be able to see your account like this. Okay. So which service you want to work, we have to go ahead. Okay, fine. We'll talk about that later. Now, in a very first session, I don't want to go in technically. I want to make sure all your questions to be clear first. So this is the way we can create our account and we'll be able to cross-check everything and we can work on it. Any other questions? Do you have any background of, did you know the AWS history, when it has been started or something? Have you gone through anything?
Yeah. And the first session you have explained it about 1994. It is.
Right.
It's about 30 years of 30 years of industry. AWS.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So why it came into the picture when they are selling the books in online, right? They got an issue for scaling. So to find the solution for that, they found a different product. Okay, that's now we are talking about Amazon Web Services. So I'll make it in a very simple. So they are online booksellers. So we can't imagine they will have a huge workload. I mean, they have a constant workload in a server always. Got it?
Yeah.
So some cases they will have a high workload. Some cases they have a less workload. Right? And they used to do some advertisements and they will be expecting more number of customers also. Let's suppose every Monday to Sunday, up to Monday to Friday, they have a less workload. Only on weekends, they are getting a high workload, just for our assumption, right?
Okay.
Let's suppose we have a 10, as maybe 10,000 or maybe 1,000 users. This is an example, right? So 1,000 users, you will be able to run your business, your application. But in the weekend, you are getting more number of customers. Obviously, you have to maintain at least 2,000 customers. So when you're talking in this way, you have to increase your resource count also in the background. Let's suppose you have an 8 GB RAM, and when 8 GB RAM is sufficient for you to run up to 1,000 customers. When I'm expecting 2,000 customers, what I have to do?
16 GB RAM I need to have.
right? So when you want to do that, obviously your cost is going to be high. Okay, you took the decision, you add it, but that Saturday Sunday has been completed successfully. That's fine. But what about the Monday?
Monday to Friday there is no use of another 8 GB.
Right?
So it will be
So
waste of.
right. So the resource is getting idle. It's getting wasted. Okay. Then again,
Yes.
as an optimistic, coming to the next weekend, what do you do? So 1,000, it came to 2,000, right? So you may expect at least 200 or 300 users more because you want to increase your business, right? So you won't see like, okay, my server count, my user count has to be go down. I want to close my business. Not like that, right?
Yes.
Obviously, you wanted to expand your business. Okay. So that case, what you have to do? Again, you have to start forecasting. Okay, let's suppose I'm able to run 2,000 users. If I'm getting another 1,000 users, what I have to do? From 16 GB to I have to add something again, right? Maybe in a 32 GB kind of thing. When I do that, I'm just focusing on only weekends. But what about the weekdays? Weekdays, it is very free in a only 8 GB for me, right? But I made in a 16, then after 32 GB. Got it? So 8 GB is free, 8 GB is sufficient. So apart from 8 GB, I have a 24 GB RAM that is getting idle in the next 5 days. Maybe that is useful for me only in a Saturday, Sunday. Got it? This is one problem. And when you want to add like this, like an 8 GB to 16, 16 to 32, obviously you have to take a downtime for it, right? I mean, you have to bring down your application and you have to add the resources. You have to take a reboot of your laptop, maybe your server, then only it will work. So what happened? Every week you are asking for a downtime. You take the downtime and you meditate everything up. But what about after Monday? You don't require those resources. You have to remove it, right? When you want to remove, yeah, again you have to assign the resources. When you are not removing, maybe you are expecting, okay, anyway, I need this now by Friday or Saturday. You are leaving that resources an ideal for next 5 days. You're not using it and you are paying it, right? Somehow they thought, okay, we are not using it and we are paying high money, right? And we can't give this to vendor back. Got it? They won't take it from you. They have so many products they have developed. If you want, they are ready to sell you, but they won't take from you, right? So the resource is getting idle with me. What I can do? That way they thought they are thinking, okay, so why can't we give or sell? I mean, we can't sell it to someone because anyway, again, we need it, right? So why can't we give it as a rent basis to someone, like in different customers? Okay, so that when I need, I can use it. When I don't require, I'll give on a rent basis to someone. Got it?
Understood.
Got it. Yes.
Right, sir? Clear, right? So they have started finding a solution for this. They found it. Okay, whatever the CPU or memory or server which we have, we are allowing the other customers to access it and to run our business, right? And parallelly, they have increased the count and everything. So now we are able to see the Amazon Web Services. So 1994 they started. By 2003, they got this scaling issue and they have started working on it within 3 hours. Like 2006, they have been introduced Amazon Web Services. But it has not become that much popular because of this 2008 there was an issue in complete IT industry and everybody is thinking about, okay, well, why we have to take new challenges and new products, why to invest this much money for the cloud, whether the people may come back to us or they may regret. Got it? Even nowadays also we have so much of data, it was there in a laptop, right? And we are not creating any accounts and we are not moving that data to the cloud. Got it?
Yes.
So everybody is giving in a cloud option. You can copy your data to the cloud so that you will be able to access everywhere. We know that option. We are talking about so many things, but really, are we doing it?
No, we are not doing.
All right. The people I have seen, whoever is using an iPhones, they have a less storage in the mobile. When they went for trips, they took some pictures. They're coming back and they're keeping that in their laptop. Got it? They connect in the cable and they'll be moving the photos to the laptop. but they're not moving to the cloud, right? So slowly,
Yeah.
people will do that. But what I'm trying to say, they have introduced in 2006 AWS, but it took time to pick up for everything, right? So now they are the market leaders in the. I mean, AWS is the market leader at the moment.
Yes.
Okay, and I can say when it compared to last 4 years, 5 years in the market, AWS growth has come down. It doesn't mean the AWS is not performing well. Others also started performing on it well. Got it?
Yeah.
Initially, there is no other cloud services. So let's assume Amazon is having 100% market share. That's an example. Then after, Microsoft also started, Google also started, right? When they have like a big brands, right? Microsoft, either Google, at least they, by the name of that brand, they have so many existing customers for a different thing, so they can be able to close some customers.
Yeah.
Obviously from 100 it may come down to 99, 98, 97, something like that,
Yes.
right? It may not go like in a 50 immediately, right? So I mean, that is what I'm trying to tell you. So others also has pick up, but still more than 60% of the share is market AWS only. Okay.
Okay.
And I think we have already talked about basic cloud computings, like what is cloud computing, when it will call it as a cloud service provider. Are we clear? I mean, both of you?
Yes.
Yes.
Sriram?
Yeah.
If you're not sure anything, tell me. Maybe if I can speak, maybe if I can do something in 10 minutes, if you're aware of it, at least I'll spend a minute or two so that it will be clear for you guys.
Okay.
Okay. So then after that, okay, first thing what we have to do, like pay as you go model, on demand, self-service, scaling as a service, email as a service, so many things, right? Then after that, what we can do, security. Right? So what I'm trying to say, if you wanted to become a cloud service provider or anyone, whoever it is, like Google, Azure, anyone, they have to follow these characteristics, like a pay as you go model, on demand, self-service, scaling as a service, notification as a service, all the stuff, right?
Okay.
But when we do all these things, obviously we have a questions about security, right? Who is going to take care of security in AWS? Let's suppose if you're already running your on-premise data centers. Guys, I have a PPTs for everything. I'll show you maybe tomorrow. It was there in my different laptop. I had an issue for a display. It has gone. So once that is done, I'll show you. Okay. What we are talking about and security. Okay. So the first question, if you are already running your data center, like an on-premise data center, when I'm requesting you to buy the product from Amazon, or I'm requesting you to move to cloud instead of on-premise data center business, what kind of questions you may get it?
Okay.
First one is
Data security. Data security.
Right. Data security one. Then what kind of storage you are using it?
Yeah.
Right. What kind of storage you are using it? How the performance it is. Once I moved it, yeah, who will be taking care of the security? Right. When I want to access it, how much time it will take? How much secure you are into, and where you are running all these things, this particular infrastructure, right? So will it be, are you going to allow me to see those servers, right, or not? Okay. And are you going to follow any security standards or not? And how can I trust you? Okay. You're not giving my data to someone. All these questions, it will come to you, right?
Yes.
When
Yes.
you have your own data center, you know everything, like what is the security protocol you are using it, and what could be the physical missions you are using it, right? And who will be the night shift and who will be the morning shift? How about that candidate? Okay. And I, as well as we can say. Their background check also you can do, correct? So you have their
Yes.
home address, you have their permanent address, a mobile number, email ID, PAN card, passport, all the stuff you have it, right? So you can't go anywhere like that you have it, right? But our companies will not say like that. They say like it's simple ID and address proof. You have to provide your permanent address, correct? They will do your background check also. Because if you something you did any harm to the organization, they will be able to catch you. That's it. But when it comes to cloud, what do you understand? Somewhere in the world, our cloud service provider is keeping in a data center, right? But physically, we don't have an option to see the data centers, but it was there it was existed somewhere, right? Somewhere in the world, there will be a data center for you. When it comes to physical infrastructure details, Amazon is not going to disclose. Not only Amazon, any of the public cloud service providers, they are not going to disclose what kind of infrastructure they are using it, right? If you
Like,
want to launch, sorry,
sorry
go
to
ahead.
interrupt. What kind of infrastructure, in the sense like the security protocol, how they are using kind of information, sir?
No. So what you have to do? Let me allow to speak for some time, then you can raise your concern. Okay.
Okay.
So coming to the infrastructure, let's suppose infrastructure, maybe you guys are developers, right? So maybe you're not aware of it. So if you want to launch any server, basically you see like application, whether my application is running or not. But in the background, you are aware of it. There should be a technology called operating system, right?
Yes.
So whether my application is compatible with this application or not, that way you might have checked it, right? And it is required some fixes has to be installed. There should be a monitoring, backup, storage, networking, all these technologies are there. Got it? So where you are able to run this server, it means there will be some physical machines is required to run your machine. Okay, like we have an IBM, HP, Dell, right? These are the hardware service providers. Got it? Like you have laptops like Lenovo, Samsung, Dell. These are the laptop service providers, right? Everything is laptop only, but there are different features, different costs, right? Different license options. They are giving it, right?
Yes.
Similarly, in the hardware also they have. So that hardware details, Amazon is not going to disclose with you.
Okay.
Not only with any of the customer, right? Let's suppose I work for ICICI Bank, you work for an HDFC Bank, somebody else is work for Citibank. Now, Citibank people may ask, okay, what are the banking clients you already have it? So that Amazon can can disclose our names. Okay, Citibank is working with me, maybe ICICI Bank is working with me, something like that. But as a customer, you should not raise a concern. Okay, Citibank is running on which data center? You should not ask like that. Even if you raise it, Amazon is not going to disclose. That is the contract they made it. Clear?
Clear.
And apart from that, in your experience, I think Dandapani, how many years of experience you have? Same like Sriram?
7 years, sir. No, 7.
Okay.
7.
So in this 7 years, or might be a Sriram, like you have mentioned, 14 years or something. In your experience, have you seen any clients visited your office?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I visited my office.
So why your client is visited? Let's suppose they are working in there might be a different country, right? So why they have to travel to your place and they have to see? They can't be able to speak with you over the phone, like we see. Why they have visited? Is it really required?
Sorry, at the confirmation purpose, they are coming in.
No, you are connecting in every day at 9 o'clock and you are working up to 5 p.m. And what is the confirmation that you need?
For actually, the physical feelings is important. Actually, like connect.
Right.
prompt.
So to connect with the person directly, it makes
Yeah.
lots of difference. Right. So they wanted to
Yes.
see who is going to work for me. I want to meet them. I want to say thanks to them. Right. Something like that.
Yes.
Right. I mean, that is a human psychology earlier we have. But here, let's suppose somebody has developed, somebody has arranging a data center to you, right? So you want to see like what kind of service they are giving it or not. Do you have that thought or not? You'll get that particular thought in your mind or not,
Yes, we should have curiosity to know about where is my data is available and how the maintenance is going there.
right?
But we
But
will not get it.
sorry, go ahead.
But we will not get it, that information where our data center is there.
Right. So what Amazon is saying, we are not going to allow you to visit my data centers, and in fact, we are not going to disclose what kind of hardware we are using it, right? If I say I'm giving in a storage, you have to use it. Don't ask me this storage from an EMC or IBM or Dell or HP. No, we won't disclose. You have a storage, just use it. If you want to launch one Linux machine, yes, you can launch it. Don't ask me the hardware. It was an IBM or HP or Dell.
Okay,
Got it?
got it.
Like that. Okay. So like this we have. Then when it comes to in a security, basically security is in a shared responsibility model. So what Amazon is saying, we are the service provider, so it doesn't mean we'll take care of everything. Yes, we'll take care of 70% of the security. When it comes to 70% of the security, what are the things will comes under? Because we are the service providers, we have to take care of physical security. Who is going to work with me, right?
Okay.
How about the building security where we kept? And within the data center, like availability zone, I have running 10,000 servers. What is their license cost, renewals, security protocols, all the stuff Amazon is going to take care of it. Not only that, like who is working for them, their background check, all the stuff, so many things, right?
Yeah.
Okay, clear now?
Yes. Yeah.
And again, so how can you trust? As a vendor, I can say I'm doing all these things, but how can you know? How can you trust on it? Because okay, so
The trust
what I'm
is
saying,
based on the okay. The trust is based on the brand and how the popular and how they are serving the service in the past experience.
now apart from that, Amazon is giving you one more feature here. I think in India you might have seen like ISI, ISO, this kind of security agencies,
Yes.
right? Similarly, in across the globe, wherever they have their own data center, I mean, they have set up their data centers, right?
Okay.
That particular location, which is the most popular security agency, okay?
Okay.
They got the certifications from them. I mean, it means they have done the security checks through that agency, right? So there are 10 plus agencies I have listed. It was there in the screenshot also, show you. I mean, the kind of PPTs also. Like FISMA, FedRAMP. These are the security agencies across the globe. Like we have an ISA and ISO in India, right?
Okay.
So they have certified. So that kind of certification they are going to provide. Okay. And
Okay.
if you feel like in Chennai or somewhere, I mean, like in Andhra, Bangalore, anywhere, if you, I mean, if you see like there was a theater opening, the very first day, theater looks like very cool and will have all the features. But
Yeah.
after comes a couple of months, there is a lot of difference, right?
Yes.
It is not cleanly maintained, whatever it is. So if you think similarly, even Amazon also doing the same. If you raise this concern, what Amazon is saying, whenever you feel any doubt, anything, Okay, guys. Whenever you feel this kind of insecurity in your mind, you can talk to your support team. I mean, AWS support team, so that they will help you. How they can help you? They will see in the background when that certificate is renewed. Okay, they will give that copy, whether latest it has been renewed or renewed it or not. Got it?
Got it.
All this stuff. If it is not renewed, Amazon is signing an SLA for that. If we are unable to meet this, we are going to pay you back, right? And when you ask that kind of certification copy from the vendor, they are taking a time for 3 business days from you. In advance, they are saying. When you ask, you have to allow me to provide the latest copy to provide in a 3 days time. Let's suppose when you ask, it was in a renewal time, they will not be able to provide, right? But anyway, they are going to do it now, 3-4 days in advance itself, so that they will have everything. But some cases, right? That's why they took 3 days of time extra. So anything else? At least you understand what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, understood. So one small question. In case if they are asking for 3 days, for example, today 9th, I just raised a concern about the certificate, and they are going to reach me back by 13th or 14th. So in case if they renew the certification by 10th, then it is a valid.
Yeah, there is a condition. See, Amazon is not will not be in that mood. They'll make it everything in advance. But they are saying if we are unable to provide the certification within 3 days, we are going to pay some penalty. We are ready to do that. So that case, when you ask the penalty, if it is valid, they are okay. But they also have some reasons. That is the reason they are taking 3 days. Like today is in a holiday. Okay, nobody's not working, right? And in this particular country where you are talking about, maybe that prime minister has got expired. Basically, it's not an holiday. Something has happened that we can't do anything. That cases. That is only excuse. After that, everything is controlled. Okay, clear now about the security, because I'm going to talk about security again in detail about it. Okay. So when you see in the background where your data center is there, it is not allowed to others to go inside of the data center. And who is working in one data center, they will not be able to transfer to another location, right? Physical security, and who is working on the data center, their background check and all the stuff is going to verify. When there is a task, then only they are going to allow him. It doesn't mean you are an AWS employee so that you can go inside of the data center anytime. Not like that, right? So when you have a task, they will provide an exact time for you. So you just go ahead and come back. Clear now?
Yeah.
Maybe you might not aware of it. Let's suppose there was a hardware replacement. I think you might have listened these words, right? If there is any hardware replacement in any one of the server, your application, I'm sorry, your server admin team will come back to you. I need a downtime for this server. So what they will do, basically, any of the hardware they're going to replace, right? So to do that, they have to find the time. So let's suppose to do this activity, I need 3 hours of time, so that you will be aware of it, because they will be raising a chain or something in the background. So you are aware of it. So my application has to be bring down for next 3 hours, so on, so date and time, right? Yes or no? So you should be aware of it. Okay. So yeah. Okay. So okay. So what I'm trying to say, that downtime and all, you will be aware of it, and you have to plan accordingly. And who is working on it and all the stuff, you're aware of it. Now parallelly, coming to the customer side, we talk about on a vendor side as of now, like an AWS side, right? So what I mean to say, when there is a hardware replacement, you know it is a 3 hours job. So there is a data center access request form will be there. You aware of it? To whom we need to allow to visit the data center, there is a data center request form will be there. So we have to fill those details and we have to apply that in the portal, so that we'll get an approval from the service delivery manager. Okay. So once he is approved, you are allowed to go inside the data center only that particular time. Let's suppose you place a change. The change you mentioned, your downtime starts at 11. Okay, so 11 to 2 p.m. 3 hours. So that as an application guy, you have to stop the application by 11. That you are aware of it, right? Similarly, who is going to replace the product, who is visiting the data center, we have to keep all the details when you are raising a case, like your mobile number and all the stuff, including date and time, at what time you can go inside and what time you have to come back. So whenever the 3 hours come, you have to come out. Right? The dedicated date and time we are going to give it to you. You are allowed to work on only that particular time. Got it?
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
That way. This is the stuff Amazon is doing from their end. When it comes to customer side, you have to make sure to whom you are going to provide an access and what level of access you are going to provide, what they are going to do. All the stuff has to be monitored. Clear? Apart from that, I'll take one more small topic. So whenever if you got any questions or any issue, the kind of support, like an AWS support, okay? So you can raise a case with Amazon so that Amazon will help you to clear those issues. Like you have on a mobile. If your mobile is not working, you can talk to their service provider. Similarly, you have a network like Vodafone, maybe Idea, or any other thing. Clear?
The last point is not clear actually. Mobile kind of support is also we can get it from them.
I'm just telling, if it's a network, I mean like
Okay.
Vodafone, anything like Airtel kind of thing, what you'll do basically.
Okay. Yeah, we will call the customer support.
Got it. And if you have a hardware, I mean like mobile like Samsung, iPhone,
Yeah.
device problem, you're going to talk to someone, and if it is a network issue, there is a different vendor. Got it?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
you're going to talk about. Similarly, in the servers also, you have a backup, storage, networking, and a physical machines. So let's suppose like Windows, Linux, right? You have, right?
Yeah.
So similarly,
Yes, right.
Linux is Red Hat is a vendor. For your physical machine is a IBM is a vendor. So there is a difference, right? But here, when you have any problem, only solution you have to reach out to AWS.
Okay.
Because they are not going to disclose their infrastructure details to us. So you can't complain them. My hardware is not functioning for me. They stated that we are going to make sure everything to work for you. The kind of 400% security we are going to provide.
Okay.
Okay, clear now?
Yes, clear.
So if you want to raise a case, is there any functions like I want to do it in a very quickly, or the kind of priority, right? So similarly, we have an options like there are 4 options: basic, developer, business, and enterprise. There are 4 options. If you selected, even though I think you both are new to create an account, when you're going to create your account, just select only basic. Basic, it will help you. It will help only for the learners, new learners. Okay, just do that. And after that, we have a developer, business, and enterprise. Let me explain to you one by one. It is a basic, basically like new users who is going to learn us, so it won't charge you anything. Okay. When it comes to developer, you have to pay $29. Okay. Coming back to basic, like learners, still as a learner, you can raise a case. Okay. Still, if your account is not functioning for you properly, or you have an issue, the calculation like billing, you want to know that how they have been charged more, or unnecessarily something is getting charged for you, you can raise a case, right? So as a basic user also, you'll be able to raise a case and they will also respond. But when they'll respond, they won't come back to you immediately. Within 12 hours of time, whenever Amazon people are free, they'll come back to you, right?
Okay.
Like within 24 hours is the basic. When it comes to a developer, similarly, you have to pay $29. And within 12 hours, the people will respond your questions, right?
Okay.
So here, your support is limited. So you have to do that. So you can't ask them, how can I build my infrastructure? They won't tell you. So what are the services you are using it? If you have any problem, you can talk to them. So this $29, apart from that, what you have to pay? Based on your billing, there will be some percentage again. I mean, your billing is high, the percentage will be low. Okay. If your billing is low, the performance will be high, right? So what they did, they have started from 7% to 10%. Okay, here in the flat they are giving 3%. Developer. When it comes to business, everything there are some changes. Okay, so here in a developer, only one person can raise a ticket. If you have 10 people in your team, it's not allowed. Only one person can do that. Okay, and unlimited access. N number of people can do that. Sorry, N number of cases he can raise as allowed. Okay, and the response time like 12 hours, something like that, all the stuff they mentioned. Apart from your monthly billing, let's say here, starting $29 per month, after that, they're going to charge you 3%. I mean, your bill is $1 lakh, then you have to pay additionally 3,000 because you are a developer support. When it's go for our next level, like a business support, here, yeah, so there is no engineer who is going to support for you immediately. There will be a 24 hours time, and here there will be a junior level of engineer will be assigned to you in a developer support. They will respond to you after 12 hours. I mean, within 12 hours anytime. When it comes to okay, and the other point is a number of people can raise a ticket. One should be primary guy here. Here one should be a primary guy. He can only create cases. When it comes to business, n number of people can raise a ticket. First point, right? All the stuff is same. So here you will get a response within 4 hours when the system has got impacted. Okay, clear now? Any questions up to here, like basic developer business? At the end, the last option which we had here, it is enterprise.
Hello?
Yeah, tell me. So what I'm trying to say, apart from business, we have an enterprise support also, right? So even if you want in a business, if you scroll down, production, like there is some time. So within 1 hour, they are going to respond, right? And coming to the charges, you have to pay $100 per month. And on top of it, based on your billing, your charges will be reflected. Let's see your bill is less than $10,000, it will be 10% of it. When it's crossed more than 10,000, it will start charging from only 10 to 80 only. I mean 1 lakh to 80,000. Then it's like 5% if your billing will be very high, right? Because when your billing is high, the charges will come down, so that will be increasing their revenue. Okay, so here it's showing starting $100 per month. See the pricing details. The last one, like enterprise. If you talk about all these things, like enterprise support, First thing, 24/7 access to your customer service, documentation, white papers, and all stuff. Okay, so 24/7, they'll help you too. But here, what do you have to do? Okay, so what you can do it here, when you raise a case, you'll get a response within 15 minutes. Okay, within 15 minutes, you'll get a response. If it is an enterprise. So what you have to do, you have to pay $15,000 per month to expedite the issues, right? So apart from this 15,000, what you have to do? Clear, guys?
Yeah.
Apart from your 15,000, there is a monthly billing also. So you have to cross check.
Yeah. So
if your
this,
bill is high, the percentage of, I mean, your monthly bill is high, obviously your charges also will be high. Yeah. So what it's showing, if your monthly bill is high, like $10,000 or something, you'll be charged some percentage, like, you can see here, 753. If your bill is high, it'll be low 7%. If it is high, percentage will come down, like 5%, 3%, because they will get a monthly is high, right? Okay, clear now?
Yeah.
And apart from this, did you ever at an ICICI bank or any bank, there is a personal banker or maybe a relationship manager, right? No idea?
No.
Let's suppose any other bank, they have maybe 1,000 customers. Within that 1,000 customers, if the bank wants to improve, what they have to do? They have to go for new customers, and as well as main priority, they have to maintain the existing customers also, right? To maintain those customers, what they say is they are giving an authority to someone.
offers.
Oh.
Right? What I mentioned? Are you guys listening?
Yes.
Yes.
To maintain the customers, they have to give offers.
Yeah. So what they are going to give? They are giving an ownership to someone like relationship manager. So this 200 customers is yours. You have to maintain this, their database, right? Let's suppose I kept enough 2 lakhs in my account from the last 3 months. I have not utilized. So my relationship manager, in this case, they may call me. They can ask, okay, anyway, you kept in 2 lakhs, you're not using it. So instead of keeping it an idle, you can go in a FD so that you'll get a better interest rate. Okay. Maybe I can raise a case, I can raise a concern. Okay, I can go for an FD, I don't have any problem because you're going to give me an option so that I'll get a more interest. But in between, if I need the money, what I can do? This is one question, right? So that when you write these things, so people will answer for you. Okay, we are going to give it an FD. It is like a flexi. It will be there in your account. Whenever you want, you can withdraw through ATM. You don't need to inform anyone. You don't raise any case. Nothing. You just take it and you can walk it up. Clear?
Yeah.
Yes.
So similarly here, Amazon has introduced for enterprise customers, there is a technical account manager. So from vendor, what this is, there is a technical account manager. I think you understand now.
Okay.
So when you raise a case, you won't get any details, right? So based on the case number, you have to see the customer care numbers and all. Instead of that, if the case was serious, you need an help. If nobody is not going to answer, you'll get irritated, right? Amazon has done all these features actually. So within 15 minutes, you get a response, right? They will fix in 4 hours, and they have a big team about it in the background. Okay, so anything. So coming to the charges, like $15,000 you have to pay per month, even though whether you use it or not. Okay, and apart from that, if you are using it, there will be some charges. Like your billing is up to $1,50,000, there will be some percentage like 10%. If it's more than that to 500K, like 7%. So your bill is high, your charges will be low, like that. Clear now?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, I think we can stop it here. We'll continue tomorrow. Any questions from your side? I want to hear you from guys.
Yeah, the technical account manager support will be for all the basic and
But
development.
it's only for
Hello?
enterprise.
Okay.
It is only
Enterprise.
for enterprise.
Okay.
So that if issue is an emergency, you are trying to reach someone, they are not picking your call or something, so that he will be a contact point for you. He can
Okay.
work for you.
Sure, understood.
Thank you. So all good? Sriram,
Good. Yeah.
Mandapani.
Good.
Yes,
Okay.
good.
Yeah. So this is all about a theory part. What we can do from tomorrow, we'll start with an AC2. Okay. So meantime, try to create your account, guys. So
Okay.
Yeah.
this is the URL. Just go and read it if you want. Okay, and try to create your account. I think Venkat has created a WhatsApp group also with us. Okay, when you are
Sure.
trying to do something, maybe if you got stuck somewhere, please drop me a WhatsApp message or you just give me a call. If I'm free,
Sure,
definitely
sure.
I'll answer you. Just create your account. Okay,
Sure. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
okay, guys. Thank you so much. I'm just stopping it
Thank
now.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye. How come the recording is off?